Hey gang, my name's Chris. Before we get started, if you like this channel, there's an easy way you can actually help us. Of course, you can always support the sponsors. Even easier than that, click subscribe. When you click subscribe while watching one of our videos, we get much more discoverable by other potential fantasy fans. So if you're not subscribed, please do. Okay, it's time to investigate the Week 10 waiver wire. Let's start, like we do, with the shallower league potential ads.
Hey everybody, this is producer Dave Piper. I just wanted to make a producer's note that while I was putting this video together, Dolphins running back Mark Walton was suspended for 4 games due to violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. So that's why there's a red line through his name, and you definitely shouldn't add him to your team this week. So thanks for watching. Have a great week.
My friends, we finally may have some clarity on Ronald Jones starting ahead of Peyton Barber. That's certainly the way it worked out on Sunday. And so in a couple of minutes, we're going to get an updated look at Rojo's film. I'd put him as a must-add only behind Kareem Hunt, who returns from suspension this week. Dontrell Hilliard, please sit down. Let's get Hunt in there as a complement, at least to Nick Chubb. Don't know how it'll work out, but at least it sounds like a better and more interesting combo to invest in, even though Week 10, I doubt I'll have Hunt ranked very high. You've heard me talk about Walton and Ty Johnson on this channel quite a bit. Each has an opportunity. Neither has done much with that opportunity yet. And I put Devontae Parker here because I like nausea. Oh, wait, no, it's because I don't know the extent of Preston Williams' injury. I prefer Preston Williams to Devontae Parker. I frankly prefer not to start any Miami Dolphins players. But if Williams' knee injury keeps him out, there's no denying Parker gets a bit of sneaky appeal. And here's my preliminary Monday afternoon list for deeper league ads, subject to change as we get more news on injuries and we get the Cowboys-Giants game Monday night in the books. There doesn't appear to be an obvious huge upside league winner here, so I'll take the crack on Darius Geis, who only made it through 22 snaps before his knee required another procedure. I honestly don't have enough film on him to give him the treatment on this channel. He's eligible to return in 2 weeks, week 11, and Adrian Peterson has gotten an undeniable, unbelievable workload. My guess is some of that will go to Geis, and we'll see. I'm going to show you Zach Pascal on film. I don't view him as anything like a sure thing, especially with the quarterback hurt, but he's got a chance. Olabisi Johnson gets a new lease on the waiver wire life because Adam Thielen re-injured his hamstring and now figures to miss more time. Jacob Hollister, I might sneak a play or two later in the show about him as well. And Alexander Madison is here just to once again remind you, handcuffs. As you get through the bye weeks, take a stab at some guys who will potentially inherit valuable jobs if the starter gets injured. Have you been looking for an online sportsbook where you can play the games? Do you hear me talk about point spreads and stuff on the podcast, and maybe you're like, that would be fun? I play at BetDSI.com. This is my 5th NFL season having an account there. It's awesome. This weekend, holy cow, Alabama hosting LSU. You're gonna be watching. It opened Alabama -6.5, number 2 at number 1. Fun to make a pick and watch. And we have 2 promo codes for you. Go to BetDSI.com. If you're a frequent player, use the promo code HarrisTube. They'll match 100% of your deposit. If you'd rather make a couple of bets and then maybe cash out, use the code HarrisTube5. They'll match 5% with no extra volume requirements to cash out. Either way, let's play. BetDSI.com. Okay, it's been a couple of months since we have done Ronald Jones film review here on our channel. A couple months of Jones continuing to split time with Peyton Barber, which made him well nigh unusable in a bad Tampa Bay running game. But Sunday against Seattle, we seemed to finally get a switch. Tampa led for much of that game, and Jones played 41 snaps compared to 8 for Barber. Although, per usual, neither one of them played much at all on third down. Let's watch some specific plays of what Jones did on Sunday. This is a good run. It's an okay, a relatively nifty bounce to the outside, followed with some north-south aggression and some power to break through arm tackles for 10 yards. We're incorrect if we call Ronald Jones an elite athletic specimen. He's not Jamal Charles, but viewers of this channel saw it way back in September. He's breaking more tackles, and, he's got some explosion. This one's a little baby horse giraffe. He's not cutting with awesome authority on this play, but weaving like this through traffic. Okay, well, I think we know at least there's a modicum of vision there. Here's his Week 9 touchdown. This is sort of a mini Chris Carson impersonation, doing an homage for the man across the sidelines. You never see Carson doing anything that makes you go wow, but he just withstands. He keeps his feet moving, gets to the end zone. Do we ever really see Ronald Jones flash sub 4.5 speed? I would say not yet, not really, no. But as a runner, I think most of his qualities are at least slightly above average. Pitch it out to him. You can see some speed and a little hesitation there to avoid first contact, but a willingness also to eventually hit it hard. I think this is better stuff than Peyton Barber does most of the time. Jones has it in him to change vectors on the go in a way that Barber just doesn't, and in a way that displays good vision and at least decent feet, where a defender can wind up going, woo, I had a beat on you and now you're just past me. Trust me when I tell you, however, there's an awful lot of this on the film as well, where it wouldn't matter if Warwick Dunn returned, the Tampa running back is going to get nothing when it's blocked like this. It's mostly not a very good run scheme. It's mostly not very good run blocking. And it's going to be a little up and down even if Jones does get a big workload. He usually gives up the short passing downs to Dare Ogunbowale. This is actually Jones catching it here, but it's not a perfect situation. Let's admit it. It's not the best spot for a fantasy back. Plus, we have no guarantees that Bruce Arians won't come right back with more Barber in Week 10 against the Cardinals. But I'm adding Rojo in any lead where he's available. He's an above-average player, looking like some weekly workload could really be his. Okay, and now Zack Pascal, Colts receiver. I'm recommending him with much less authority. I wanted to start out a bit of film review on him, showing you this call from the end of Week 9. This was called defensive interference. My opinion, a horrendous call. In what world is that ball considered catchable? Brian Hoyer airmails this. I like, though, that they're going deep to Pascal, but never really should have gotten this call. This is from much earlier in the game before Jacoby Brissett's injury. So watch Brissett's head. He's going through progressions before he goes to Pascal on the sideline. I'm not damning Pascal or anything, but it tells you he wasn't the first read. This one, with Hoyer throwing it, once again, we can see Hoyer looking around before he winds up throwing the post high for the 6'2" Pascal to climb the ladder and go get. I'm not mentioning him not as the first option on these plays to say, and that proves he's bad, because there were plenty of other times where he was the first read. But watching this film overall from Sunday, I wasn't left with the impression, in the absence of T.Y. Hilton, Zack Pascal was the clear number one. It's not like that. That probably wasn't true. That said, Pascal had 2 grabs in the second half that make you take notice. This is the first one, a 3rd and 19, and he gets 17. It's a really good throw from Hoyer, but an even better catch. Great soft hands, left foot, right toe, body control. What we're looking to do when we assess young wideouts, because there are so many young wideouts across so many teams, we're looking for some sort of preponderance of evidence that they can keep doing stuff like this. And this one, it's different. It might be even better. It also might be a push-off, though the Steelers challenged and were denied offensive interference. But this is a spinning body control play on a dramatically underthrown ball. To me, it starts to become kind of clear that this kid has some real skills, some body control skills, and just really good hands. It puts me in the mind of this play from back in Week 4. I think it's a really good play. Listen, Pascal at best has been on the every other week plan with T.Y. Hilton healthy, and if Hilton's able to play in Week 10 against Miami at home, Pascal loses pretty much all his waiver appeal. Frankly, Colts quarterbacks were not looking for Pascal as a pure go-to, and I'm not that excited about the fact that it's Brian Hoyer potentially. Chester Rogers, Paris Campbell, each played plenty. They each had chances to score touchdowns. They have 2 tight ends they can go through too. Still, as a fill-in, Pascal's ability gives him a bit of upside and a bit of intrigue. Okay, and then quickly before we go, just a word to say, those of us continuing to stream tight ends, looking for the one who can carry us to the finish line, this is what we do. We keep trying, guys, because I do believe most years, eventually you will find one. And if you're frustrated and if you're still searching, Jacob Hollister of the Seahawks, maybe. I mean, it looked for 10 minutes like Will Dissly might be the guy, but he's out for the year. Who knows? Hollister was once heralded in New England as the Gronk inheritor. I think I'm going to write an opera called The Gronk Inheritor. Hollister is a good athlete. He's fast. He's definitely undersized by NFL tight end standards. He's mostly a slot receiver. But, we're talking a couple of touchdowns on Sunday, including the game winner. I mean, it's probably not going to work. It's probably not going to happen. But maybe, eventually, I think we'll find one. I don't hate taking the chance on Jacob Hollister. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.